Mr. Manyok, that's my name. I would like to introduce myself today or describe myself on this particular occasion as a farmer. I am not introducing myself as the founder and executive director for Smile Again Africa Development Organization or any other company that I might be known for, but I would like to introduce myself or describe myself as a farmer. I will talk about 4 things in today's occasion. One of these key things that I would like to mention to you today as the students and the ex-students of Promised Land Academy is the purpose. When I say the life purpose, I would like to simplify it as easy as your life purpose could be to leave your family better than how you got it. That's a simple goal. I would like all of you to take that goal home and say to yourself that I will leave my family better than how I got it. I was born as a firstborn in a family of about 5. I have 3 brothers, younger brothers, 2 of which have graduated. One is still at the university, and the younger sister who is the last born. And my daily life is to ensure that I leave my family better than how I got it. That's number 1 for the purpose. The purpose of education. This particular thing that we are here for, and most of us have gone through it. Your colleagues who just left this school in the last 3 or 4 years have gone through it. And those of you who are joining, the purpose of this particular thing called education is to ensure that it's not actually putting the food on the table for you. It's to ensure that it creates for you the vehicle. It creates for you, a platform where you get new ideas, you are able to share ideas with your colleagues, you are able to learn about human behavior, which is the most important thing I will talk about last. Learning about human behavior. Why you are in this particular school, some of you have fathers who are doctors, who are PhDs. Some of you have learned mothers. Some of you who have learned uncles. Why are you not in your houses? Why are you not learning in your own houses? The reason why you are here is for you to learn about the world, to learn about different creatures, to learn about the diversity, to understand that there are different men and women around the world with different colors and different understanding of everything else that you will encounter in your entire life. So basically, I would want all of you who are in this school today to get out of the school having understood not only the subjects that you are taught, but the cultures, the different understanding of different people, to be tolerant, to be somebody who can understand the different point of view and raise your point and win, not from the violent point of view. That's what I would like to encourage you. My second point, apart from the purpose of life, is to talk about the career. I would describe myself as one of the gamblers of education. Why? Because I didn't have any or enough career guidance to be able to choose what I am supposed to be. Asking a child, what do you want to be in future? He or she will exactly say what he or she have learned from any other child, or here in the TV everybody says. Everybody else wants to be a doctor. All of you want to be lawyers. Some of you want to be engineers. That is what one of our visitors said before, alluded to, Jeremiah. The career guidance that I did not get is the reason why I call myself an academic gambler. Why? Because I was one of the students that could have been described by my colleagues and friends, some of which might be here, as somebody who was bright in class. I ended my high school, I think 2007. That's when I did my KCSE. I did it in Kenya. I came from a humble family background, so I did not have a lot of support to be able to continue with my education. So I had to skip a class in between Form 2 and Form 4. So I left Form 2 and got to Form 4. And for those who know what a Kenyan grading system is, I scored a B plane, which somebody could have said that it could have been a good score even when I have started the 3rd class, the 3rd grade. So, but due to my own vision and lack of career guidance, I thought I would make a perfect lawyer because I talk a lot. I'd make a very good lawyer. That's what I thought. And as I started my speech, I said, I'm a farmer. I thought I would be a lawyer. 2008, I came to South Sudan. I applied to become one of the law students. I was given a law degree at the University of Khartoum, and I was moved there. I went to Khartoum 2009. I spent 17 days in class. Mind you, it's not the University of Juba in Khartoum. It is the Khartoum University itself, Faculty of Law. In my class, only 5 people were black people. What I mean by black people, really dark one, Judubian, Taifo, and the Nubians. Arabic was so classical that I couldn't hear anything. So if I go to a restaurant and I ask, what do you have? Until the last statement is what I pick. If I'm told it is shorba last, I will pick shorba because I've forgotten the rest of the things. I really never knew what was going on in Arabic. So I thought, to make my life easier, I will sit next to a very black one of all the class. So I sat next to a new friend called Mahmoud. Literally, Mahmoud was the worst Arabic speaker among everybody else, including the Arab. He was literally, I couldn't explain. So every time I asked him, what have the lecturers said that people are laughing? Then he says, I couldn't understand anything. So I spent 17 days in the university, and I ran out of the university and came back to Juba. I started my career, I was a builder. I used to build houses. I was not an engineer, but I used to make the cement, I used to carry the blocks, I used to do the thing, I was a helper. One of the senior, my engineer, was called David. We were in Werkok area where we were building a secondary school. So we built a school, we came to Pariak in Bor, we built another hospital. And then one day I had a disagreement with my boss. My immediate boss, who was the master. And then when I opened a case against him from our overall supervisor, everybody talked bad against me and I was pissed. And then I told David, you know what? You never know what God's plans are and you never know what I have. You might actually be my next chief engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, I own one of the companies called Golden Prism Properties, and David is my chief engineer as we speak. I thank God for that, and I would like to encourage you that literally today, all of you here, if you get out there and be job creators instead of job seekers, I can assure you, you will employ your teachers. My former education advisor was my former English teacher at primary school. I hired him. My current director for programs is my former boss when I worked for Save the Children. He was my line manager. That is how life goes round. Why I'm telling you all these things is for you to sit down as alumni and those of you who are in the school to look around yourself. Your career is a solution to the problem that is next to you. That is what your career is. If your problem that you're facing in this country is lack of food, then all of you be farmers, and that you could have chosen a better career. If the problems we have is the lack of housing, why don't you be engineers? Basically, on career guidance, I would encourage the rest of you who have gone ahead and our seniors to ensure that we invest in this thing. This is what we have not done for our children, and it is really enrolling into our society. You find we have a lot of helpless degrees. 2010, I went to the University of South Africa where I did my undergraduate. I did a Bachelor of Business Administration. My professor used to call it a Bachelor of Being Around, BBA. That it's a Bachelor of Being Around because you are just around everywhere. If you get a hospital, you become an MD of the hospital. You're not a doctor. If you get an engineering company, you are becoming something for finance, and you are just being around everything and everywhere. You are not a specialist. So I did my Bachelor of Being Around, and I was happy with it. I was pretty excited. I then decided that and look around my friends and colleagues, most of which have MBAs, the Masters of Business Administration. I also got excited and enrolled for an MBA with the University of Cranfield in Bedford in the UK. I did my MBA, I graduated, it was really nice. I specialized in strategic management. I thought actually I was now making waves, I was very excited. In 2016, I discovered that actually I was lost. Why? Because I was running an organization called Smile Again Africa Development Organization, whose specific role was to support in humanitarian affairs, and I was not running any of the massive companies I would imagine, the Googles of the world and the Facebook. So That is when I discovered that I was in the wrong field. Realizing that I was by passion a farmer, and by the way of my environment, the biggest problem in South Sudan was poverty. I decided that yes, I haven't studied agriculture, but that will be my life. So I studied another master's degree in project management, just to make sure that I go closely to what the humanitarian aid did. And I studied a postgraduate diploma in international humanitarian assistance with Fordham University in the US. Why I'm telling you all this is that it is when you realize your role and your career in life that you are able to narrow down and specialize. But if you have not defined that, you will think that you can solve the world's problem. Brothers and sisters, it is only when you solve your problem and I solve my problem that we have solved the world's problem. None of us is powerful enough and smart enough and clever enough to solve the world problem by him or herself. Finally, I would like to talk about money. Money comes to the people who are prepared, except in few instances. But if you're prepared and prepare your mind, prepare yourself to ensure that you are looking to generate resources and wealth for yourself, you can get money. You can sell fish, banded in the Nile. You can do farming like myself. You can join me. You can ride a border. You can do chapatis on the roadside. Don't mind about what people say about you today, because basically they will continue to say it for the rest of your lives if you don't change your life. Nobody will ask you when you get money. If you are a rich man and he comes to you and he wants to do something and you give him $100, you will never say, I'm not picking this money because it comes from chapati. Honestly speaking. So I would like you to be persistent and ensure that you are able to help yourself. Education is meant for you to be a better person in life and to make better use of it to help your society. Dr. Miles Monroe once said that successful people are not superhumans. They are not superhuman. They are just ordinary human beings with extraordinary persistence and self-determination. So it's the persistence of what you do that will determine where you go. So I want all of you to aim higher, look at yourself, evaluate yourself, define your purpose, and move forward with a lot of persistence and change your life and those of the people around you. Because in life, if you want to be an extravagant human being, you will end up in debts and you will end up in jail in time. Thank you so much, and God bless you.